guys, it's your girl Jay Diana.
It's your boy Chulín, el chico del apartamento 512 que acaba de
And
pagar.
we're here on Oh Yeah, Let's Talk with our very special guest.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Chris Myrtle. How we doing today?
Good.
I got my
Let's
boy.
get started.
How the tables have turned.
The table.
I was on his show,
You were,
yeah, and now he's on our show.
Our show.
and I'm excited to be here, guys. Thank you for having me today.
Yes, thank you for
Pleasure.
coming.
Yes.
So let's get started.
Talk
Talk
to
to
me.
me about your career and so.
For me, I'm an avid traveler. So as you guys know, follow me on the gram. I'm always everywhere. I travel for a living, and I also have my own podcast. As Chulín was a guest on my podcast called Truth and Tell podcast. So definitely for me, it's about getting my voice out there, being able to talk to people, connect with people, and having a good time. So to be here today with you guys is awesome. Like I've been following your journey and your podcast, so I'm really really excited.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're on season 2, right?
I'm on season 2 of my podcast.
Okay.
Yes.
So talk to us about your podcast. What is it about?
So it's a lifestyle podcast. It's just about, talking about different experiences in life. The first episode was kind of like a reintroduction to my audience because it had been quite some time since my first season. So it's just about, catching them up on what's going on with me. I'm a friend of mine in Miami who's a social media influencer, jumped on that episode. It's a 2-part episode. So we did that, kind of talked
What's her
about
name?
life. Eliza. Shout out Eliza.
Yes.
We got to talk about life, love, just, the choices that we made. And then my last episode I did was on men's mental health, which is a
Nice.
very important episode. That's our topic right now. I think across the world, like mental health across the board, not only men and women, just people in general. So that one really touched home. I recently had a friend that passed. Myself and Julie had a friend that passed
Yeah,
in
he
March
told me
this
about
year.
that.
So that episode was dedicated in his honor. Just to have that conversation, make sure it's comfortable to talk about. I think a lot of people felt like, especially men, it's taboo to lay your feelings out on the line,
cry
to cry. Lay
Show
your feelings out.
vulnerability.
Exactly. Just
We're
being
not,
vulnerable.
it's like we're not allowed to be transparent.
at
I
all.
hate that. I hate that for men because men should be able to express
Agreed.
their feelings, and that's why a lot of men suppress a lot of what they're feeling, and then a lot of people are like always wondering why do they lash out the way they lash out, or
Agreed. No.
why they
yeah.
go through the things they go through, and it's like men are human too. Why aren't they allowed to cry and go through things?
And I don't think it's about crying. I think it's about owning your feelings in that moment. Like
Well,
when
yeah,
you're
just being
mad.
true to your
Yeah, being
feelings
true
and
for
be able to
yourself,
express them.
and then not being told you're too soft or you can't say this or you're being too weak. Like
Or dramatic.
you're
or
being dramatic.
Yeah.
And I think you can express to anybody in your life, whether it be your significant other, your mom, your dad, anybody in your life that maybe did something that didn't make you happy or wasn't good for you. That letting them know that in that moment versus harboring those feelings for an extended period of time, and then like you say, blowing up.
Yeah.
Especially when you drink. I think
Yeah.
people
Yes.
people forget that
Especially
part.
for men.
Yeah.
I've known you for like 13 years.
Yes.
And currently is that I see that you've had this switch
Yes.
and you've gone from being this passive person.
Yeah.
You've been okay with anything said to you and everything like that. What made you switch over?
What was that moment that like
I
decided to
think
just switch
for
around?
me, definitely getting into my mid 30s is observing my surroundings. It's just like what you're willing to accept and what you're willing not to accept anymore. And I know what I bring to the table, so I'm just gonna make sure that I set myself up for success. And that goes to who I allow in my space and the people I allow in my space, and being as authentic as I can with them in regards to how they speak to me, how they treat me. Because I've never, truly, like I said, you know me for 13 plus years.
Correct.
I give nothing but positive energy. I give nothing
Yeah.
but smiles. Like I'm always there to support. I expect that in return. I don't have expectations on people. Let me rephrase that. You can't have expectations on people because if you do, you're gonna get let down a lot. Because not everybody
Yes.
can be me.
Yes.
However, there is a certain level of reciprocation that
When you're
deserve.
you're
That
in
you
a
deserve.
I
space,
deserve.
yeah.
Like
Deserve,
it's not
correct.
negotiable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna just talk to me any way you want. Because
when you notice you're the only one
Yeah.
that's giving it out and it's not received, it's like you don't expect it, but at some point it's like I cannot be the only one.
can't
It can't
keep
be
pouring.
one sided.
You
It
can't
has
keep
to
pouring
be,
into
and that's where
an
you
empty
start
cup.
limiting certain
Exactly.
people and certain behaviors.
and I noticed myself before that switch becoming passive aggressive. So let's take out passive. It used to be super passive,
Yeah.
let it roll off my, but then it got passive aggressive for me.
And that was you fighting your own kind of thing.
Half, and then the other half would be like we talked about, like when you're maybe if you're having a drink or you're in a social setting, and then it's just like it's sitting right there,
Yes.
and then you just snap.
And then
And
you
I don't
snap.
like that. I don't think that's healthy for anybody in that scenario.
I believe in that a lot.
So that's
So-
been my journey. Yeah.
How's life traveling the world? How has that been
It's
for you?
to me, it's awesome. Like I'm going to LA this weekend. That's like my favorite place in the world to go. You
know you wanna move there,
Oh,
right?
that's my dream. Baby steps. We're gonna get there.
Baby-
Again.
yeah.
But I love traveling. I think for me, my travels have been all over the U.S.
Okay.
I've been everywhere in the U.S. All over the Caribbean and then South America, Colombia.
Yeah.
I've been to. Love that. Haven't touched Europe yet. That's
wow.
like next year. Like I'm gonna hit a
Nice.
lot of.
So you've been
European
working
places.
this for how long?
7 years in the travel industry.
And what's the most you've traveled in 1 year?
It's hard to. Oh my gosh, I can't even. You lose track.
For real?
You really lose track. You're just on a flight. Like
So
thankfully.
how about in a month?
In a month, I can probably take anywhere up to 20 to 50 flights, depending
Wow.
on where I'm going. It just really
Okay.
depends on like what my work schedule look like, my leisure schedule. I think a commitment I've made to myself is to travel more on my own time.
Okay.
But people forget that it's expensive too, you know?
Yeah, because
You
when
gotta-
you're working, it's different. You get to travel, you get to say you've been there, but you don't
Yeah.
really get to like experience the place you're going
I
to.
have to disagree with that. 'Cause I have a friend of mine that tells me that when I say, "Oh, I've been here." Oh, that was a layover. That was that. I'm like, no, you could turn a work trip into something
Right,
fun,
of course.
you know?
But not every single trip is like
that. No,
Yeah.
you're gonna get to go to some places that are very routine and kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
2 years ago, I got to spend Christmas in Bogota, Colombia, and that was
nice.
one of the best trips I've ever taken in my life. And it was
Nice. I've
there
been-
for
I've
2
been wanting
days,
to do that for
and it was
Christmas.
amazing.
That's amazing. What's one of the places that you probably was like, I definitely have to come back and actually have my own time vacation that you've been to already?
That I've been to already. Oh my gosh, my own time. It's a cross between New Orleans. I need to go back to. I love New Orleans. I thought it was a really good time. And then I want to go to another city in Colombia. I've been to Medellin. I've been to Bogota. But
he's thinking about
Colombia,
the
Colombia it's just a vibe. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
such a good time.
It's
Like,
a very big country too.
and I've been there on two types of trips. I've been there on a bachelor party trip, which was really fun, right?
Okay.
Then I've also been on like a mixture of friends, where it's guys and girls type of trip. So two different energies, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to
And
what
both
we're doing,
experiences were good.
both were awesome experiences.
It is a very beautiful place.
It's really really cool. The people are good. Sometimes people tell you just be careful. I didn't get that energy over there.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable. I feel like the people really embrace the tourists that come to that place. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. But my
So-
go-to place is LA though.
LA.
That's-
Yeah, you want to move there.
I've never
Never
So.
been there, man. Never been there.
That's
Me
my
either.
go-to
I mean,
place.
I've been wanting to go there.
You've never been to LA?
I've never been there. I've
No,
been actually
it's-
planning a trip probably next month if God willing.
Yeah, the
think
furthest
I will
I've
be
been
going.
is Vegas.
I
Been to
will
Vegas.
definitely
Vegas.
give you some recommendations when it comes to LA.
LA?
Because LA, it's a vibe.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard it's
such
a vibe. I heard it's such a vibe.
Such a vibe.
And it doesn't feel like touristic when you go. I heard it's
You-
very like chill.
I for me when I get off the airplane, I'm off the airplane, I get out the airport, take that first breath.
It's
of
not
that
like
fresh-
humidity
it's-
like
no,
MCO.
it's
MCO is horrible
amazing.
when you get to the
Oh, yeah.
No,
airport.
it's hot. It's humid outside.
humid.
No, there's none of that in LA. LA is all about just like good energy. Like people tell me they think it's overrated. I just don't feel that way when I'm
Yeah.
It's a good time.
So how is it hard to maintain a relationship being away all the time?
I don't think so. I think it's what you give. I haven't been in one since in the travel industry, like
Okay.
committed like that, right?
Yeah.
However,
Do you think that traveling a lot comes into play for that, or is that just
But you haven't
a
been in a
personal
serious
option you've
relationship
been
in
doing
7
now?
years?
in the last 7 years, no.
Wow.
Is that a bad thing?
I don't.
Kind of, man. 'cause
Why?
Now women are gonna look
Why
at
do
you
people
like,
think it's a bad thing?
because
Why?
now women are gonna look at you like, oh, he can't commit.
No,
No,
maybe
that's
he's just
not
not
true.
in that place in his life where he
Thank
wants to commit.
you. And I think that, and I'm glad
I just had that
Well,
conversation
girls-
today.
and I'm glad you
girls
said
want
that.
a guy that's actually
That's such
that
a
actually
double.
has been in
So I'm gonna
relationships,
say this, and I
long-term
said this
relationships too.
before. I feel like that's a crazy double standard. Let me tell you why I said this.
Everything.
I've seen this side, my side of the spectrum, right, and the other side where it's relationships, since day one, since early 20s, late teens, and
Yeah.
none of that stuff pans out the way so I take when people tell me things like, oh, you have to be in a long-term relationship, or that could be a red flag. A lot of things can be red flags. You want to be honest.
Yeah.
with you.
Correct.
There's a lot of red flags.
What's
think-
the longest relationship you've had?
Oh my gosh, nowhere near like long-term. I will tell you,
So it's
a year, less than that, if that.
you can't commit, bro.
No, I probably can't.
Well, how old are you now?
34.
34.
And
So
I'm
it's
okay
been
with
7 years. So
So in this industry.
in this industry,
yeah.
so you haven't had so the longest one before that was a year.
If that.
Okay. If
Man,
that,
huh?
okay. I don't feel like he's
You're a gigolo, bro.
I'm
I like
dead.
that. I'm okay with that.
You're a gigolo. You're a male
Why?
gigolo.
Why am I a gigolo?
You gotta like experience like living with a woman, stuff like that. that another woman will take into consideration? Like, oh, he's
Well, I'm not here. I'm not doing. Well, I don't think a relationship is a job interview. We're not here. I'm not here to show you my credentials.
I just
You're
had
here
a
to get to know
conversation
me,
today.
right?
True,
So
true,
you're not.
true.
You
I
can't.
agree,
You can't
I agree.
base my past
Yeah, you
experience
can't, yeah.
off
And use
of
them-
any type of relationship that I'm going to
That
be
I
in.
agree with.
I don't think that's not something I'm in. And that could be another reason why I'm not interested in possibly committing just yet. Not against it, but I think when you set the tone of I need to be in a relationship, you're setting yourself up for failure because
Ass
you're
or
trying to keep.
titties?
Codependency.
Say that again.
Ass or titties?
That's it.
Ass? Yeah.
I think you want this lifestyle because you want to keep up with the Joneses. You want to match what people are
Thank
doing.
you.
It's
Living up to the expectation
Yeah,
of
no.
society that you have to be in a relationship and married by 30 and have this house, and it's like that's not everyone's success.
What's your ideal woman right now?
Oh wow. I don't know. I don't have like I'm open to anything. Like I don't have.
You don't have a type.
No, not like that. I'm more
Well,
interested
ass.
in. Yeah, that's
She gotta have a fat
physical,
ass.
but physical attributes are like
That's a
Yeah.
plus.
That's a plus. I care about more about character.
That's
what
bullshit.
she brings
For
to
me,
the
it's
table,
bullshit. Nigga. I
you know?
want to see some fire shit.
So
I wanna
that's
see some
dope,
fire.
but
I want to
that
see
doesn't.
toes, Jolene.
That too.
But that doesn't sustain though. Does that sustain?
No, it doesn't.
Physical
It doesn't.
attributes don't sustain.
Yeah.
What
Because
does
they get older and then they get sloppier and
what's
stuff like
what
that.
are we
I don't know
bringing to-
about that.
What are we bringing?
I don't know about that.
Question. What are we bringing to the table? 'Cause
I don't like that question. I
No,
don't like that question.
because the guy does this, the girl does this, or the gender specific roles, I think is a very antiquated mindset. Like I don't believe in that anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
We're not here
We have
to
each
sleep
other-
on anybody. Like
I don't like the term "what do you bring to the table." I like the term "what's on your table."
Yeah. And then what's on yours?
What's on your table?
And then what's
and
on
then
yours?
what's on mine? And then how are
can
we
put
going to
two tables
unite
together.
this and make it a you know?
you know, I'm down to buy a new table,
Yeah.
but you got to be able to afford the table as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
This
yeah.
can't be a one-sided. I'm the only
Yeah.
one buying the table, and I'm not saying that we can't have a situationship to where we can figure out who's going to cover what, but it can't be one or the other sleeping on the other. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like
everybody should
you
bring
build
their own-
you build
yeah.
resentment. You
Yeah.
what
Of
do
course.
you what's your? I think it comes down to ambition. I like someone who's
Ambition.
ambitious.
Yes,
Be
ambition.
ambition.
You,
know?
I definitely feel
So
like
that's your
the
ideal
strive
woman?
has to be
Yeah.
together, and you guys have to have the same type of level of ambition.
Yeah.
And some people are more ambitious than others.
Yeah.
And then the strive has to be the same. If you guys aren't mentally reaching, like, it doesn't have to be the same goal, but it has to be on the same type of level.
Agreed.
It agrees with the same hunger, because if you're content with something simple and then you're not content with, you're gonna clash, because you're gonna ask the other person, well, why you want so much? And the other one's like, why don't you? And that becomes a problem.
Nail in the coffin. That's
It does.
right there.
It becomes a
does.
problem.
I'm not complacent by any means. I'm gonna continue to strive. I'm gonna do big things. You know, I'll take my podcast to the next level, travel, be in the public limelight. So if I don't find her to want that, that's gonna cause a problem. Or they want to just live a regular life in the suburb, and that's just not something I'm interested in.
All right, what fetishes are you into?
What fetishes? I don't
Yeah.
have.
Don't tell me toes.
Guacamole.
You put guacamole? No, but do you put it on the?
Oh, bro.
Where you put the
I'm so-
guacamole?
It's just everywhere, man. I don't.
You think it's you do the food stuff?
so
Man, you
crazy.
exotic, bro.
He said guac is extra. That's fine.
Guac, but is guac a bad thing? You know, I
love guac.
I used
I
to
don't
get
know
told
about
that
putting it on
guac is
body
nasty
parts.
in the bedroom. I don't agree with that. I think that's why. If you can use whipped cream or chocolate, why can't you use avocado?
I'm gonna be honest.
You
That's
borderline
that's
Mexican then. No, he's borderline Mexican. You putting guacamole on a woman
Well, what's wrong with that?
instead of
Can she
lube?
put guacamole on you?
They can do whatever they want
Shalene,
to.
you ribs while you're having sex. What are you talking about?
That is
You
fun.
what?
While we're
That
doing
episode
it,
has any idea.
you just put it right before
Oh my gosh.
she'll lose her breath.
I think I prefer the
so fun.
guacamole. I'm just saying.
Oh my.
You prefer
God.
guacamole over a
Yes. Why would I want to get
I
fractured?
think so.
then you're gonna smell like guacamole all day.
That's what you have
Just took a
showers
shower.
for.
So what about chocolate or whipped cream? What's the difference?
No, but there's actual lotion that smells like cocoa butter and
You know they have
I
like
think-
flavored body
And I hate
splashes
cocoa
for
butter.
girls that taste like with flavors.
And I
stuff,
hate
like
cocoa. Oh, it
edible.
tastes like it?
They have edible. I don't know if they still have them, but I remember like a while back they had like edible splashes
I remember edible
that
panties
tasted
like fruit roll
like
ups and
very
shit.
like old school.
Yeah, like fruit roll. I'm old. So
I
you
keep
gotta
forgetting you're
understand.
older than
Yeah,
me.
I'm old, man.
But
So
yeah, that,
guacamole,
like
okay.
guacamole. But other than that, like nothing like crazy. Like not
so
into the
you
foot
really-
fetish. I see
yeah.
like the foot fetish.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely saw that. No.
Yeah. So you put guac on the lady.
What's wrong with the guac? Are you saying it like guac is good? I'm telling you.
I
Try
love
it.
guac,
What
but
do you
it's
think?
Chipotle guac to be exact. Shout
Oh,
out
so you an
Chipotle.
expensive dude.
Shout out Chipotle.
No, that's money.
You don't mind if it's extra.
Man, that's money,
Listen,
man.
no, I hate when they tell me that.
That's
Oh, it's extra.
$3.65.
It's like,
okay.
it's okay. I don't
I
care.
got the
I got it.
$1.75.
Matter of fact, give me the whole bulk y'all got in the back. I need it for tonight.
I thought it was $3.65.
Is it $3.65 now?
I think.
I've
I
been
have no
Chipotle
idea.
a
I
while,
never
so-
asked how
Yeah,
much it is.
yeah.
I just know it's extra. Well,
Very
And,
true.
all right, so let's talk about your keto. When did you start your keto diet?
3 years ago.
3 years ago? And you still on it?
Well, I would say like low carb. You know, you have
carb.
to integrate carbs back into your lifestyle. So low carb, but it's definitely I love it. Like my energy's different, my vibe's different. Like it's just I feel like I used to eat so bad, like bad. Like I'd eat a whole medium pizza solo,
Yeah.
wow.
I
but not
don't
in
like
one
pizza.
sitting. But like I could, you
Do
know,
you add guac to your pizza?
no.
Have you tried it?
Guy in the
No.
walk.
I'm just saying. He has the fetish, so we don't know what he puts guac in.
You didn't say so. Just feet is your fetish. You didn't.
Yeah, I like toes. Toes is my shit, man. Like, they gotta be cute, and if they cute, then I might holler. You feel me? But
Would you
right
put
now,
guac?
I can't, cause like
You're in a situation.
I'm in a little situation.
In a
yeah.
situation.
Got you.
Okay. So what are your plans for the next year?
For the next year, for me, like I said, traveling as much as I can, expanding my podcast. I'm actually gonna shoot one with one of my best friends in Dallas. So Jerry. So we're gonna shoot one in Dallas, and then I want to shoot an episode in LA. That's the plan too. Just kind of expand with that. And then I'm in school too, so I graduate.
Oh,
with
wow,
my third degree.
congratulations.
Thank you in political
Congratulations.
science. I
Third
appreciate
degree?
it.
Wow,
Third degree
congrats.
in political science, and then then I hopefully start law school next August. I'm working on that whole application process.
law school?
I want to start next August. That's the plan.
Like the bar exam and all that stuff.
The whole shebang.
The whole thing.
The whole shebang.
That's so
That's
cool.
fire.
Yeah.
You know,
So you gonna be my lawyer?
I got you.
I hope you don't need a lawyer anytime
Yeah.
soon.
Well,
It's like,
well, you can need a lawyer for contracts. Well, I'm
What
not doing,
contract?
I'm
Oh,
not
we
doing
might- we
criminal
might
law.
need you.
Yeah,
We might
exactly.
need
You
you.
might
Okay,
need me.
we
So
might
yeah,
need- right,
I
yeah,
plan to dive into corporate law. That's the goal. Corporate law.
Oh,
so
so for
contract
business.
negotiation.
Okay, so business, yeah.
Not
Okay,
criminal law.
not
No,
criminal.
no,
He's like,
no,
nah, I got time for that.
Yeah, but you could at least help me, right?
Yeah, but you don't need
Get
that.
into the
I want to
situation.
negotiate your contracts for TikTok. You're the next TikTok.
Oh
sensation.
Yeah.
I'm the next
And I
TikTok
got you with your
sensation. Yo,
podcast. When we take
Yes,
your podcast,
link in my
yes,
bio.
yes.
You know, we negotiate the contracts.
Lovely. So
So that's
let me know, what are some obstacles or hard times that something that you really feel like it's been like hardest or like biggest obstacle that you had to overcome as an adult?
as an adult. I think for me, Chalene, it was touched on a little bit. Like, I think for me, setting boundaries. You know, I used to be the friend that was I'd put my life on the side for the people around me, for my friends, because I thought that as a friend, that's what you do, right?
Right.
And not that you don't do that, but it can't be at the detriment of my happiness.
You was always a yes man.
Oh my! Oh!
People pleaser.
People
pleaser.
pleaser, yeah,
pleaser,
people
yeah.
pleaser, and I just think that is a semi-toxic trait because it takes a toll on you over time. It takes a toll on you, so
It becomes overwhelming.
it becomes overwhelming, and then people put these expectations on you, and when you don't deliver to what they think you're supposed to do, because you've already conditioned
Now
them,
you're the bad guy.
now you're the bad guy. You know?
Yeah, but people pleasing is a projection of how you want to be treated.
I
That's the way I see
agree.
it.
Yes and no. Yeah, I can see where you come with that. It does. It can come off that way.
It
but
goes back to the whole reciprocating.
Yeah.
the reciprocation piece. So
and
now
expecting.
it's just setting the bar, setting the tone. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm not gonna do. And I used to feel bad if I didn't deliver. Now I don't.
And has that caused you to like lose relationships and friends or
No,
family?
I don't think I've lost anybody. I think
Or
people are
change
just-
the dynamic of the
yeah,
relationship?
I can agree with that. Yeah,
They've
definitely
respected
dynamic.
you a lot more
That,
now.
I think the respect. I don't think the respect wasn't there like that. I just think they understand what lines not.
You
to
come
cross.
first.
Yeah, I come first.
It's
and
like it's not all about
Yeah.
them anymore.
It's not, and I
They
think
really
like as
don't.
you get older, your relationship with your friends change anyways. Like, we're in our mid-30s now. At least I am, and you're not doing the same things like you used to
Mm-hmm.
anymore. Like
So you can't deliver the same.
I can't, and I don't expect them to do the same for me either. I think I have a lot of friends that are married with kids, which I think is a beautiful thing, but I don't aspire in this current moment to match that just yet, because that's not organic for me to be.
not
in that
where you're
scenario.
at right
It's
now.
not where I'm at in my life, and I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
I think a lot of people like have issues with that, like,
Yeah.
and sometimes they exclude you from certain activities because you're not on their level with like relationships
I think
and
that's
families.
the
And that's
craziest
crazy.
thing.
Y'all gotta
I think
y'all gotta
that's
invite me
crazy.
places, even though I'm
The
Got
single.
three
crazy
and you're
thing.
single, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
I
And
feel,
I said
and
it's fine.
I hate
I'm
that.
okay with being
though.
a third wheel.
Or they assume that you only want to do specific things and you can't be. I hate that. I think I hate that because
It's
for me,
categorizing you.
Yeah, a lot of people only invite me to go out.
Yeah, categorizing.
And I'm like, if you
You're a
only
club friend.
knew that, yeah, and I'm not really a club person.
That's crazy.
That's the
And
that's
for
the,
me, I
the-
don't mind going anywhere. Just let me know, and I'll let me decide if I want to go or not.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
understand the concept of I'm not a fifth wheel. I'm not doing stuff like that. But like, I hate when people say, "Oh, they don't have this energy. It can only be people with kids or family." That's just a crazy mindset. Like it's
crazy.
projecting your insecurities or whatever you got going on in your
If
head.
you're my friend, I should be
Yeah.
able to invite you around my
To
family, my
anything,
kids.
it doesn't matter.
Even if you don't have kids, even if you're single or if you're married, you should like it should not only be like categorized. Like I feel like a real friend
Yeah.
is gonna invite you to any situation.
you know,
If you only invited me to the club, then you're not my friend. You're just an
Agreed.
acquaintance.
I agree.
That's the way I see it.
I agree. And then let's take it a step further. You know, you brought this up earlier. What if I don't want to get married? What if I don't want to have kids?
Right.
What if I want to be a bachelor forever? That is okay too. I think we have a misconception that you got to be married, you got to have all these things. I'm not saying you
Honestly-
said that, but people have this, perception that
It's
you
your
have to
life.
have
You
that.
could do
It
whatever.
shouldn't
do whatever you
matter.
want,
I
you
had
know,
that
because-
conversation today. I was speaking to someone, and the whole you have to be married at a certain age. You have, and if you're not successful. And I'm like, for certain people, successful is it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
That to you means successful because maybe successful to you is taking care of your parents. Maybe successful to you means
happy.
raising your daughters and being
Being
happy. Maybe it's to me is owning a certain business and traveling for the rest of my life. It's not always going to be. Everybody has a different idea of what successful success
we all
is
have
to
a goal.
them in their
We all
life.
have an end goal.
I agree. And I think that, like I said, you have to do what's best for you. And if it organically happens, like, do I want kids? 1000%.
How many?
Twin boys.
Simple. Oh my god.
You have,
my
you have
dream.
twins in your family?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not on the guy side, they say. It's on the girl side.
So you want twin boys?
You want
Yeah,
twin
my
boys.
dream.
If you could
Call it
actually
a day.
pick, I would have had 3 boys, bro.
Call it a day. But
But
no, you were supposed to be a girl dad, though.
Yeah,
were-
yeah.
you were
I was meant to be.
destined- you were
Yeah, but
destined to
I
be a
did
girl
want
dad.
boys. I did want boys. Like at the beginning when I first
Yeah.
was trying. Yo, I used to.
Because to have a boy.
No, not to have a boy, but just to get pregnant. It took us mad long for her to get pregnant.
Oh, my
So I used to after I would grab her by the legs and flip her like that.
Oh my
That
god.
helps with having a boy?
No, that helps with getting her pregnant.
Getting pregnant.
You
in
believe
general.
that?
You know
I thought
that's
it did, but
that's
I
a
don't
myth,
know.
right?
That's a myth.
I thought it like helps go down more. But,
Girls they used to say jump up and down so that you won't come out pregnant. I don't know. I heard so much crazy
also,
stuff. but
so it could come back down. Yeah,
because
it makes sense.
supposedly-
That
no,
makes
once
sense.
you shoot the club, you shoot
That's
the
like-
club. That's it.
No, that's like
what I thought.
you have water in your ears. You gotta go like that.
No, that doesn't work that way.
No.
So you gotta go like
It's
that
not-
to get the
like
cup
all these
down.
myths
Let's
about
send you back
jumping
to high
up
school
and
with your
down.
daughters.
No, it's just about. But people don't think it's about timing too. Like everything's written in the. in the
God
stars.
knows
Has a lot to do with
God
hormones
plan, you know?
and the woman's
Yeah,
reproductive system.
that's why you notice
and
a lot of
everything.
couples that like they're so stressed about it. It takes them longer sometimes because psychologically there's a block,
Yeah.
right? Versus when it organically happens, you know,
Yeah.
it happens that way. But yeah, twin boys. But when and if it's time.
When if you find the correct person.
Yeah.
What
that's
are
it.
what are your red flags that you're looking for, like that you're aware of?
I don't
right
like
now?
clingy.
Huh?
You
I
don't
don't
like
like
clingy.
clingy.
So you want your space. You
That's
want
why I'm single.
So
It's
I
a
don't
lot.
like clingy.
are you okay? Are you okay with living in separate houses throughout
No.
your whole relationship?
Absolutely not. Well, in the
Oh,
beginning,
really?
yeah.
Well,
In the
yeah, when you're
beginning,
dating,
I don't
yeah.
know yet.
And then no, but there's people that their marriage is successful because they live in separate places.
If
Well,
you
that's not
can
a
live
marriage.
with your, I don't
That's
know.
not a marriage.
Hey, everybody has their own different.
I mean,
Yeah.
you see,
You know?
why are you defining a marriage? That's not you can define a
I
marriage.
think it's a little bit different when you're committing. A commitment is in a marriage. Like if you choose to go down that path, like I want to live with my spouse. Like,
I mean, ideally, you want to live with that person.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
Why would you
if
not
I
want
can
to
live
live
with
with
my
Like-
spouse,
like
I'll
you can
probably
sleep
be
over my
like,
house sometimes, and then I'll sleep over your house
no,
sometimes.
if I can't live with you,
That's
then
not- that's-
what are you gonna do when you get older?
that's talking.
You guys have to
me,
rely
that's okay,
on each
but
other.
Why?
That's
why-
date- that- you
well,
consider
that's
that dating?
Dating,
That's
yeah,
not a marriage.
That's not a marriage.
Oh,
Isn't a marriage building a life together?
Exactly.
yeah, well, we can live our life together, but separately.
No, the whole point of a marriage
Why
is
can't we
a
have that
union.
There's people that live together and sleep in separate rooms.
And that marriage is way long overdue over. Like, unless
but
it's a snoring
still.
problem. I know some people that sleep
Yeah.
in separate rooms because of the whole snoring problem.
Hey, what you got against snoring? I snore.
I
I
don't
used to
snore.
snore. I used to snore before.
Um,
I stopped.
I don't have
snoring.
nothing
think
against
that's
it.
bad.
Some people just
you
can't.
you could have
sleep
your
through
own
it.
room to where not like a whole bedroom, but like you're like a guy could have like a man cave or a girl has. Her,
I like
her
that idea.
room,
Like, you know, like her-
whomever. Like you have your space.
Like I have my
Let's say
own
your
room.
space.
I have a whole closet, a whole room
Yeah.
for
There was
me.
one time I broke night because I snored, and I was scared because it was the first time I was hanging out with this girl,
Oh my
and she let me
God.
sleep over her crib.
And you
So
were
I stood up the
embarrassed.
whole
You
night.
stood up?
I stood up the whole
Dito?
night. I was scared because I didn't want to
horrible.
snore in front of her.
She
That's
slept.
horrible.
She slept.
She fell asleep. She slept like a baby. And
And
I was just
you-
watching
and
Why
her.
didn't you let her?
broke
Why didn't you let her fall
night.
asleep
You
and
was
then you fall
watching
She
asleep?
her.
fell asleep, and I was just up like that, waiting. and she and like
If I would have woke
so
up, you were
6
staring
o'clock
at
in
me,
the
I would have been
morning?
like, he's a creep.
I left like at 6 in the morning when the sun was coming out, and then I was like,
So you stayed up the entire time watching her sleep?
because I was scared to
little
snore in
creepy.
front of her.
Why didn't you go to your
It was an
car?
insecurity I had at one point.
I went to the bathroom at least.
Huh?
I went to the bathroom.
To sleep?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should have.
So now you know.
Oh my God.
And
I
turn
hope
the
you don't
fan
do
on?
that anymore, though.
No, I don't snore no more. I think. I don't know. I'm gonna ask my lady.
Ask her. Record yourself. Just record yourself one night.
Record myself.
Yeah. But yeah, I see. That's another thing. I'm not gonna stay up all night because you snore. Like, what do you like?
That's part
She
of
gotta
who
take
you
it or leave
are.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
What
the
are you
first
gonna do?
time. Like, let me break
So,
that in.
so you're gonna
me break that
waste
in.
your time, right, hiding a part of you that's naturally a part of you, and then in the long run, what if it's a deal breaker, and then you already invested into something that it's a deal breaker? Might as well just be yourself fully. Like, it doesn't matter. Be yourself.
And
I mean, at least that's how I feel. I used to do that. Like, I used to
Yeah.
hide my insecurities because, oh, I don't want to be too talkative. I'm a talkative person. I don't want to be too talkative because what if that's a turn off? I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to, I express myself a lot and I don't stay quiet. I used to bite my tongue a lot and now I don't because it's who I am.
And that's it.
Take it or leave it.
I think a new concept should
And
be.
I would rather someone be like, I love you for who you are than for who you think I'm trying to
Snoring
portray.
and all.
Yeah, like I think now you should instead of asking what do you
Jules,
bring,
snore,
you Drew.
talking in your sleep. We're not talking about me.
All right. So there's certain things like when it comes to snoring, that's whatever to me.
What if the
Drooling,
girl snores?
I don't really, as long as it's not like insufferable. Like there's like snoring and then there's snoring, right?
I've had a girl
Snoring
that,
is that loud truck.
What- you know
I've
what?
had
You know
girls
what?
that
You know what
snore,
I
but
can't
they
do?
only when they drunk.
You know what I can't do? There's two things I don't like. Chewing like bad,
mouth
like
open?
not even so much, like you're making like a noise, a specific noise.
smacking
Yeah,
mouth.
yeah, yeah.
Smacking, right?
Smacking, yeah.
Or like when you don't know how to use utensils. Like that's like
Etiquette.
No,
I guess,
table
yeah,
etiquette.
proper
They
etiquette,
all have
proper
table etiquette.
And
The
etiquette,
chewing
and
and
it's kind
everything.
of
What
open,
about the
and then
elbows?
because elbows don't bother. I'm talking about how you use your utensils, like.
The
Like, you know
proper
what I'm saying?
way.
Like someone hold like a fork.
my
like
God, I
this.
hate that.
That's just I come from my culture. Like that's bottom of the bag. Like, you
Yeah,
have no
Hispanics
manners.
are very big
Yeah.
on that. Like if you
You
hold
ever see
your
someone
stuff
hold a
like
fork
this,
like this and they're
I'm
cutting,
like, what
right?
are you, a man cave?
I don't
Like,
care if the girl eats with her hands.
Like
bro.
where did you learn how to eat? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just lost right now. So things like that's a little weird to me. Not a deal, but it would annoy me.
So what is a deal breaker for you?
Possessiveness.
And clingy.
Clingy.
Clingy and
Clingy and
possessive.
There's the levels to clingy. Like I'll show affection, but like just like give me a second.
I don't like clingy. I like affection, but I don't like clingy.
I'm all them shits.
You're clingy.
I'm clingy.
possessive.
No, not possessive.
Oh, you said all of them.
Nah, I'm clingy. I'm affectionate. Shit like that. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool. Some people like that. Some
Yeah.
girls like clingy.
I like that.
So I'm gonna
shit.
tell you a funny story actually. The whole clingy thing. I think this first stems from him. Don't laugh at this. So when I was maybe like 10 years old, I was out of the country, right? With some out of the country with family, right? You know. Then we went to go hang out, friends, all that. You know, whatever. We're playing spin the bottle on the block as a little kid, right? Whatever. So boom, laying on this girl, boom, we kissing, da da da. Then naturally, I was like, "You want to be my girlfriend? Why not?" She's like, "Yeah, cool, let's go for it." But then she wouldn't leave me alone the rest of the day. And I think that's where, like, I'm like,
Did you have sex? You had sex at 10 years
no, I'm
old?
being serious. Hear me for a second. We're walking around, follow me. All right. In the beginning, cool. And then at one point, then we had went back to the house, and she and my cousin all came too. And I'm trying to talk to my mom. She's like right next to me. I'm like, yo, I need like 5. Did you give me a second? Like,
She was really feeling the mood.
you got to give me a second. And I think from then I'm like, ooh, this ain't for me.
So as soon as you see cling, it triggers that like
Yeah, I think
trauma.
about
the
that.
trigger,
It's a
the trauma.
trauma.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
so
about
crazy,
that.
right?
I think
crazy.
about that. Yeah.
It's trauma.
And I'm not
yeah.
against affection, but there's affection and there's like
Clinginess.
you're being too
Yeah,
much.
too much.
Like I believe distance makes the heart grow fonder. Distance, sometimes you gotta have your own life. If I'm with you all day, we have nothing to
I
talk about.
agree. You know, when you were younger,
You know?
I feel like when you were younger, you were dating, you wanted to be on the phone all the time. And then if you wasn't on the phone, you wanted to be with that person
No, you
all
hang
the
up.
time.
Man.
No,
And
you
then-
hang
I
up.
like that. I'll FaceTime
You
the
do
whole
that?
time.
You do that? No,
Yeah,
you
like
hang
I'll
up.
stay
No,
on
you
the-
hang up.
I'll stay on the FaceTime the whole time. I'll shower, leave the phone right there.
For what?
I can't
Absolutely
do
not.
that.
That's
that shit, man.
crazy.
I
That shit is
can't.
like, look,
I'm
baby.
No. This guy,
Look
I'm
what I can
so
do.
done. No.
I love that shit, man. I love that.
Oh my god, no, I don't like it. I think it's what happens with that is the day that you can't, be on the phone.
Spoil them, yeah. That's what.
You spoil them, and then they start. Oh, but why can't you be on the phone? Oh, but why? But why you didn't answer my phone call?
You're consenting.
Oh, but
the
why you
tone.
took a shower?
You're
Why couldn't
setting
you
a
answer
behavior.
me? Yeah, and then that becomes a toxic situation to deal with later. I know. I mean, that was my experience.
Alright, so I'ma
and then
stop.
after that, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, if I gotta take a shower, if I gotta run errands, I'm busy today. Like, let me miss you. Let me come
Exactly.
home and want to tell you I did this, I did that. I can't be like. I'm not even the type of girl to be like, what are you doing? You know those girls are like every 5 minutes are texting their man, what are you
no.
doing?
Nah,
Like,
I used to like
I-
that shit, man.
You do?
I like
No.
that. I like keeping
I like
my
the
lady
good morning
updated
text.
on what I'm doing
one,
throughout the day.
you
But if
better
it's
only
org-
ask me what I'm doing once a day.
If it's organic, no.
No,
Ready?
but asking me how my day was at the end of the day. Oh, how would you do
Not
today?
even that,
That's
but if it's
different.
organic, like good morning, babe, boom, boom, boom. All right,
Yeah.
throughout the day. Oh, how's your day going so far? Cool. Do more, or you're setting memes, like things like that when it's organic conversation.
Yes.
But what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Or
The
just
same
like
question
that-
every
You
time.
send her
What are you
nudes? You
doing?
send her nudes? You
No.
you would send the nudes?
I don't know.
You don't sound like surprising news. Like,
No.
like here you go, take pic. No.
Yeah, I send nudes. I be sending nudes.
That's
Send
the
man.
thing.
Do you cut off your face or no?
Huh?
Do you cut off your face?
Yeah, but
No
I
face,
got
no
I do it
case?
from angle.
This guy.
Okay, mommy. That's a normal shit.
No, yeah, no, but that's my thing. Like, I like organic conversation, I'm all for. But when it becomes a, why haven't you texted me? It's been an hour.
Yeah, I
that's-
can't. So
that's-
that's
But,
crazy.
but you're saying
That's
what you're saying.
possessive. That's
That's
possessive.
what. If you're
Possessive.
on the phone all day and one day you decide you don't feel like doing that,
And from
Now
time to
it's a
time,
problem.
there'll be like, I'm not gonna say there'll be times like I'll spend an hour or two on the phone with you. If I'm really not doing anything, we haven't seen each other. Yeah, let's catch up. Let's
Yeah.
talk. And you jump into organic conversations that
Yeah.
flow naturally. Cool, that's cool. But to be on the phone with each other and we're not even having a conversation, but you just want to be looking at like, I feel like that's an insecurity trait,
or
like a trust
you're
issue.
sleeping and the FaceTime is still on.
Oh, my daughter does that shit.
With who?
Well, a person.
Oh, yeah, the other one, right?
My
She has a
daughter,
look.
yeah,
She
yeah.
has a. Oh, okay.
well,
I was like,
No, that shit get me tight. I'll be like,
But that's
I'll pick the phone
but
up.
okay, but
Oh,
okay,
she dropped it by
but you
mistake.
could agree and we can all agree that's the puppy love stage. There you
yeah,
go. Still.
that's the puppy love.
different.
I'm
At
not
this
even-
age-
that's the
34.
Listen, I'm
Gonna
taking a
face-
shower. I'm going to sleep.
Have a good night. I'll talk to you in the morning. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
She does that, man. That shit get me tight. Like, yo,
That's puppy
you
love.
gonna
That's
burn your
puppy love,
battery.
though.
You
That's
gonna burn the
normal.
phone battery, and then she has the phone charging at the same time.
It's gonna
While she's
burn.
on
You're
Facebook.
afraid.
I'm
Are
like,
you
that's-
afraid the phone is not gonna
but
explode on
that's-
your face?
Yeah, or the battery's gonna burn out.
But we
Oh,
can
my
agree
God.
in our day and age that was
We all- we
when we were
kinda
on
all did
AOL,
that.
when we were on AIM, instant
Until
we fall asleep.
Exactly. Like that, I can
Or over
understand
the
that.
phone.
What about
we
the
didn't
you
have
hang up?
FaceTime.
No, you hang up.
You hang up. No, you
Oh
hang up.
man, he's a liar.
No.
Man, yo, bring that shit back. Yo, mommy, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
No,
Like,
no.
3 hours later, we're still hanging up. That
No,
was
you
that
hang
was
up.
very puppy love stuff.
That
Okay.
was. Oh,
So,
no.
what's an advice that you would give someone
Mm-hmm.
or someone around your age now in life in general? You brought up the whole men and the episode that you're talking
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
about men's mental health. So, what's an advice that you would like to put out there?
I think for me is understanding where your passions lie, what you want to do for yourself as a person, and make sure you stay true to your vision, your
purpose.
and your purpose. Don't look at anybody else's journey and think that that's what your journey is supposed to look like, because that's not the truth by any means. Everybody's walk is very different, and just because it looks like it's cookies and cream on
Yes.
social media, it looks like it's perfect. Trust me.
I'm so big on that.
Lesson
like
learned
lately, I've been
hard
big on that. Yeah.
In my own life, in people we know personally, that's just not what it is. So I don't, like I said, people, I don't envy anybody. I respect everybody's journey. Everybody's, situation is going to be different. Everybody has a season too. So embrace your season, embrace the trials and tribulations. Let the bad make the better, the good
From you,
more,
yeah.
come
Of
and make it
course.
more, make it something that you're looking forward to. I think that's the biggest
a
thing.
lot of the times, living up to expectations triggers like depression.
Oh my, it does.
And it triggers anxiety, and it triggers a lot of, that's what brings a lot of people to that trigger point in their
does.
life where it's like they have a midlife crisis because they're trying to figure out some path that everybody expects them to go to. And then it's like,
100%.
what are you doing that's really accomplishing for you? What really makes
Agreed.
you feel good? Like, so I like that advice. That's very on the money.
My
with
kid
that
said
one
I'm going
lately.
through a midlife crisis because I put earrings back on. Is that?
But they told me that too when I put earrings back on 3 years
Hey,
ago.
what's the big deal? Like,
When I lost
like
all my weight
earrings.
and I put my earrings back on, I got my chain. Like, what's wrong with that? I want
Yeah,
grills.
What's the big deal?
Why
You want
not?
good-
Yeah.
Yeah, really? Paul Wall. He's on Paul Wall.
I did Paul Wall. That's my guy right there. I want grills. Why is that a midlife crisis?
Why is that a midlife
34
crisis?
is not
To be
midlife.
honest with you,
How
I'm
is
gonna be very
34
honest.
I
I
have a
didn't even
question.
notice you was wearing
It's
Damn,
30
son, come on, man. Why you-
and I've known you for years. I didn't notice
But
they
is
left and came
34,
back. Like,
is
I didn't
34 midlife crisis, 35, 36? No, it's not.
What about
That's
It's like
not
a
midlife.
No, midlife crisis. I don't really think it has to do with the age. I feel like some people go through it younger. It's just like a point. To me, your midlife crisis is that peak point where everything kind of like changes for you.
Gotcha.
And you take a step back and be like, well, I have to like readjust and make changes. And
Yeah.
to me, it's not really, that can happen at 40s, that can happen in your 25s, 30s. I really
I don't think at
it's the
25
same age.
you don't know
You don't know yourself in your 20s.
25. I don't.
I think I'm
Some
just.
people go through really big like life changes.
I'm just getting to know who I really am today.
Sure.
Me too.
Yeah,
I learned.
that's
I
true.
learned who I
For
am.
Well, maybe
this
not in your
year.
20s, but like 30s.
This
40s.
year I learned who I am.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to turn
Well, I
40.
mean, I knew who I was, but I actually like stepped back and looked at my life from a different perspective. I don't know how I did that, but
Yeah.
I actually looked at myself and I was like, yo, I need to change.
I
need
do
to
feel
make
like
some
that's a big
fucking
comment in your 30s, though.
I can't wait to turn 40. They say your 40s is your best because now you're
For men.
solidified.
For men?
You're
Okay. I
solid.
heard my 30s
Like
are
you've
like,
you've gone through everything.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo,
You've
yo,
gone-
the
you've
older we
gone
get,
through
the
the
better
trouble.
we get.
Yeah.
I don't know about women. Women get a little.
Excuse me. I get finer with wine. How is it? Like wine finer with time?
Yeah,
That's
something like that.
it. Something like y'all get the gist.
And the
That's-
blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
No, black
You
don't
know,
crack.
the
I'm
dark
just
skin,
saying.
motherfucker.
There you go. Like I'm ready to be like salt and pepper, but not really. But you know, I embrace getting older and all that stuff. So I'm not, you know.
I heard, to me, I think 20s are learning.
Yeah,
30s are adapting.
Yeah.
Like what you've learned. And then 40s is actually sitting back
Putting
and
it in-
enjoying
putting it into
what
place.
you put into place in your 30s.
Agreed.
I agree.
That's how 50s you're just like, pack it up.
Exactly. You know, and I'm gonna be an old dad. And I'm okay with that.
You're okay with
My
that.
kids are gonna be like 14. I'm gonna be like 50.
I ain't gonna front. I'm one of the coolest dads that my kids got in the school. They be like,
Exactly.
oh, that's your dad. They follow me on TikTok. All of them. They be like, oh shit, look at your
That's
dad.
it,
man."
yeah.
I'm like, oh, leave me alone, nigga. What up?
When my kids go to the high school parties, I'm going too. We out.
Yeah.
We outside. We lit.
I'm going clubbing with my daughter. No. Damn.
I don't know about that. I don't, you're a dad. I don't know. Maybe I could do that. I could go
Do they
clubbing
wanna
with
go?
my
My
son.
daughter turns 18
Did
this
she,
year.
did she say yes or no to go clubbing with you?
It's not her choice.
She might be like, I'm good.
God.
I'm popping up.
He's
Wherever
gonna be
she
that
at,
She
man.
dad.
might be like, I'm good.
Yo, that ass. If one of her
She's gonna be
friends
like,
tags
guys,
her,
guys,
if
that
one
guy
of-
in the right with the hat
Do you
on, that's
require
my
your
dad.
kids to share? Do they have to share their kids? So yes, their location with you.
Nah, they got my location. I got their location.
Do you share your location with your significant other?
Oh no. Well, I'm
Hell
okay
no.
with that. I've done it before. I've done it before.
Clingy.
Yeah, I've done it before.
I share with my mom to
No.
this
And then,
day
yo, you know what's the
for
crazy?
like safety reasons, you know, we
Yeah.
travel and stuff like
You know what's the
that.
crazy? When you mad at each other, you take the location off.
But then
that
they,
But that becomes an issue.
That's
That
that,
becomes
no,
an
no,
issue,
you're already
though.
arguing. So you be like,
Yeah.
I'm taking my location.
But
off.
what? But
and
okay,
then
but now,
that's what they know is
but now
real.
it's
That's
some
what they know the
sneaky
beef is
shit,
real.
though.
Nah,
But
I
then
can't.
then it
You know
could
how
be
many
like-
times they share the look? I've been in a relation when they share the location. I'd be like, deny. They're like, why you don't? I don't want to know. I don't.
I don't want to. But why am I? So you mean to tell me you think at any point in the day I'm gonna click on your location, see exactly where you are, and zoom in? Like who cares?
Yeah.
Like
I would. What the hell?
people are gonna do what they want to do, location on or off. You think that? Okay.
Thank you.
Let me give you an example. Can I run an
You
example?
could
by
cheat at the gym. I'm just saying.
You can leave your phone. You
All
can leave.
sweaty?
You can leave your
Even
phone.
though I like that shit. I
Hold
like
on.
You
I like
see,
sweaty
you like
pussy.
into that.
You can leave your. You can
That
leave
shit
your
has an extra
phone
seasoning.
at home.
Un
Ay,
sazoncito,
Dios.
it's a totazo.
You can leave your phone at home and then go do what you want to do. Your
Yeah, the
says you're at
location
home.
says no.
Oh, why you pick up the phone? I was in the bathroom. Like, you got, and this is very far fetched, but I'm saying that doesn't.
And sneaky
that's
links
not
don't
gonna
care nowadays.
Exactly.
What if I'm in the window looking through the bathroom to see if you really in the
If
fucking
you
house?
have-
Then
if you
you
have
caught
to
them
do
slipping.
If you got to do all that, then you
Yeah, let it
Ain't
go.
in that relationship.
Let it
That
go.
ain't a relationship.
I'm just playing.
Starts to question
You
your
gotta feel
relationship.
secure in your situation.
Yeah, no.
And if you don't, then
I had
wasting
attachment
your
issues. I had attachment issues that I've been working on now, and now that I'm cool with like dating someone and
Yeah.
giving them their own space, and they'll reach out to me whenever they feel like it. I'll reach out to them whenever I feel like it. Stuff like that.
That's called healthy.
Yeah, that's growth.
That's how it should. That's
growth.
growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
growing.
guys,
I'm growing.
I love this for us.
do,
It was
I
a
do.
pleasure
Thank
having
you
you
so
here.
much. I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you
We had
guys.
such a good
And
time.
if
We
y'all want
did.
guac, anywhere in your
I'm
body,
done.
ladies, hit my man's up.
Yes.
Listen.
He likes the guac.
Oh, you have a nice soul to Tuline. Don't hit me up though. But
guac is
anyways,
keto.
Thank you guys
Thank
for
you so much.
tuning in. This is another episode of Oye, Let's Talk.
We out.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Bye.